Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope that you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around this globe. It certainly is a beautiful day to, get started doing whatever it is that you need to be doing. Being intentional, getting your book out there, writing your book, whatever that is that you have on the inside of you, that you're thinking that, well, should I get started or do I have time to get started? Be intentional. Be intentional and start writing your book because, that is a fantastic way to turn your passion into profit. You might be thinking, well, Gertrude, I don't know what to write about. I don't know, what I should write about. Well, there's a lot of things that you have inside of you that sometimes you think that, well, that's not important. Nobody wants to know, about that particular subject, but you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised when you just sit back and think about all of the things that you could tie together in that particular message to reach that ideal audience, that audience that, that's looking for that message that you haven't started writing yet. It's very, very important to, get there and just, um, write your message. Maximize your potential. I don't know what went wrong in the broadcast, Tiffany. I was trying to get you in or whatever.
I was waiting.
It was you. Okay, it was you. All
Uh-huh.
right. Maximize your potential. So don't think that you don't have anything to offer because you have so much to offer. There's so much on the inside of you that, sometimes you just sit back and say, well, I don't have anything. But I want to tell you something. You have what it takes to maximize your potential.
Yes.
And with that being said, let me introduce myself. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach. And I teach you just that, how to maximize your potential by writing your book, telling your story. The thing is, you have to think, what story are you willing to tell? What story is in your heart that you say, well, maybe one day I'll write that book. Maybe one day I'll get started. Well, how about starting it today? Just sitting down and, jotting down some things to start writing your book. There's no time like the present. There's no time like the present. And like I said, it's not hard to write a book. You just have to know the correct blueprint to write your book, to allow your book to flow, to allow your book to connect with your ideal audience. It's very, very important, y'all. So, think about that. Saving you time and saving you money by not, wasting money on things that, may not profit you in the end. And with that being said, I'm talking about things that don't profit you in the end, wasting your time by not doing it correctly. Because I've seen that. I've seen people, waste their time and then they give up. They don't do it correctly. And maybe they got their book out there and it's not selling, like they thought it should have sold. It's all those different things to, stop you from going forward and maximizing your potential. So let me introduce to you my co-host, Tiffany Rochelle. And then we're going to come back and talk about common difficulties that authors face.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It was not you. It was all me. So I was trying to wait until you finish your introduction. And then once you finished your introduction and you introducing you, and then I was going to kind of like, come on in. I was going to ease on in there. It's like,
okay.
Like when you late to church, you just sit at the back until they finish the prayer and scripture. And then you kind of like, come on in. I was trying to wait till you finish.
Oh, you don't put the one finger up?
Put the one finger up and come on up in there. After the prayer and scripture was done, I was going to come on up in there. That's what
I just wanted to make sure.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I am Tiffany Rochelle. I am also known as the People's Cheerleader because I am just one of those people that love cheering you on. I am a heart, life, and goal coach, and I also wrote a book called I Choose Me, and that is available on Amazon and on my website. That's scrolling down there at the bottom of the screen. What I do is I help women rid the toxins of their hearts and to set goals that are true to them. I want to help set you free. Is really what that is. And Miss Gertrude made a point just a little while ago, and it just kind of resonated with me because we keep saying that we want to write our books and we want to do stuff. And we keep saying, all right, I'll do that tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's not promised. So since tomorrow's not promised, what are you going to do with today? I hear that in the whining song, and the whining sang that so beautifully. Tomorrow is not promised. And I'm not going to go with all the rest of the words of it because I just love music. Here I go. But seriously, tomorrow's not promised. So why don't you go ahead and take some moments today and go ahead and start on that? And it's going to be amazing when you start your journey. How much better you'll feel when you realize, this is something that I've always wanted to do. And since this is something I've always wanted to do, I'm starting on doing something. Start afresh. The year is still new. It's still at the beginning, even though it's the second month, it's the second day of the year. You still have time. So don't allow time to continuously happen. And you keep saying tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Let tomorrow's here already. You said that yesterday. So tomorrow's here. Don't say that tomorrow. And then it'd be tomorrow. So go ahead and get started on today. If it's your book, if it's your plan, if it's your LLC that you need to start, if it's your nonprofit that you're getting ready to start, you know what it is that you have destined in your heart that you said that you're going to do. Go ahead and start today. Don't let another day pass. Start today and go ahead and get started with that. I am already Tiffany Rochelle. I'm the People's Cheerleader. I'm trying to help encourage you to go ahead and do what you need to do. Absolutely. You know the song. Just sing it the right way. Okay. Thank you very much. So absolutely. Go ahead and get started today. Also, we have, while I'm in the announcements field. So since we did the prayer and we did the scripture, I might as well go
what?
I might as well go ahead and do our announcements. So today we have but seriously, it is this month. It's going to be on the 16th. I feel like since, I gave you the church vibe, someone say the 16th. The 16th, that's a Wednesday. Wednesday, the 16th at 7 p.m., we're going to be in a workshop. And it is called Awakening Your Greatness. So please, if you have not, that's getting ready to be in the comment section. If you have not registered for that, please go on over to Eventbrite and awaken your greatness so that you will be able to be a partaker in that particular workshop. That is going to be something super awesome. And again, it's time to, we said that earlier in the introduction, it's time for you to start awakening stuff, wake stuff up, stir up your gift, and let's get started. The comments are going to be your best friend. So for you, if you will, go ahead and send whatever comments, any questions that you have, go ahead and put that in the comment section for us, and then we'll go ahead and respond real time. By the way, I know I teased you and said, sing the song right, but I did not say good morning. So good morning. With that being said, I am going to relinquish my stand. I am going to give the microphone back over to our lovely host, Miss Gertrude J. Chapman.
Tiffany, I appreciate you, but it's so true. So don't forget. I don't know if you said it or not, but don't forget to drop your links in there to your book. I don't know if you said it or not. I don't remember, but drop your links in there to your book if you have a book, because that's so very important. People need to hear your message and hear what's on your heart. And we have some awesome authors out there that are willing to share, the things that they have written about. And, for another author, you expand your mind, and, it just does something on the inside of you. It teaches you, it helps you see things from a different perspective. Reading is so very important to a writer, to an author. Not only, thinking about writing your book, but think about those books that are already written out there. I'm talking about good books, good books that have substance in them. And that's the way, authors want to write their books. You want to write your book that has a lot of substance in there, where people could take from that, where people could, have that information to transform their lives, to, cause that ripple effect, to, shift their mindset, to shift generations, to shift families and different things of that nature. I love reading. I love reading, just like I love writing. It goes hand in hand, and every author should love to read, just as much as they love to write. But, today I'm taking some time out, and answering some questions and, really honing in there to the difficulties. Authors are facing some difficulties, and this is everyday stuff, okay? This is the truth right here. This is where authors are living because they face these difficulties, Tiffany. And, you know, and a lot of these things cause them to not get out there. They give up so quickly, because they're so frustrated. It's one thing saying, start writing your book, but when they start writing their books, this is where reality happens. Okay, this is reality. I'm gonna write my book. I'm gonna write my book. Why don't you go write your book, girl? Go get that book out there. But then when they sit down and start writing that book, this is where reality happens. And this is what we want to, help you on these programs, to let you know we know where you are, okay? And to get you unstuck in those places that you are stuck in. It's not those big things that you're stuck in. It's those little simple things, that get you off track, that get you frustrated, that get you thinking, well, this is not worth it. And your message is very much worth it, okay? That message that you have for your ideal audience is very much worth it. And the first one that we're going to move into is continuously researching. Sometimes an author think, well, I got to get all this information. I got to research. I'm not finished researching. Good morning, Keisha. And I think I said good morning, Christine. If I didn't, good morning to y'all. And whoever else is out there, in broadcast land, good morning to you. But, continuously research. And sometimes people think that they got to continuously research, research and research and read. Now, research is good, y'all. Research is good. But if you're 6 months into a project of researching for a book, come on now. That's that's excessive. And I don't want to really get into that because that's a whole different thing, okay? It could take us way out there. But there's too much researching a lot of times, okay? There is a cutoff in the research. You research and you move on. And this is where authors get stuck. They research, whether it's researching that audience, whether it's researching that message, or that title or whatever. They get stuck there. And they're stuck there for a long time. They're not stuck there to move on. They're stuck there for a while. And what does that lead to? That leads to procrastination. I have talked to people, authors, and they've been researching a book. Not weeks, not months, but years. Sometimes 20 years, they're still researching. Now, how has things changed in 20 years? Okay? Now, you have to go back and do research for the present. What's happening now? Or whatever you're writing about. Because you always want to bring your readers to the present. Okay? What's happening in their lives now? What answers can you answer for them now? What solutions can you solve for them now? But they've been researched, Tiffany, I kid you not, 20 years. And this person had been researching, doing research. And that leads to procrastination. Too much, and it also leads to too much information. Why are you going to have that 500-page book? Or even for that, 100-page book, 150, 200-page book. Attention span, y'all. Attention span. Trying to cram too much information into one book. Continuously researching. And that gets kind of ridiculous, And what happens, Tiffany? They get frustrated because now in their mind, that's a mindset. Now in their mind, they're thinking that, well, it's not good enough. I should add more. How can, I bring out these points? Too much. And they make it complicated. They make it complicated. And where it's not that complicated. It's really not complicated to write a book.
It's not. But it's really not a complicated process, and I'm super grateful that I got the opportunity to write my first book. I mean, it was super gorgeous, and I was super excited to do so. I used to think that dang, I can't read. I used to think that is what I needed to do, which I think is why I never started. Seriously, sometimes that is what stagnates us. Sometimes it depends on your mindset and how you choose to go forward with things. I don't think research technically is a problem. I just think when you overdo it, that's causing you to be stagnated. There lies the problem. Because sometimes it's not even a sometimes. Some research is definitely something that is necessary because it's helping you to establish what's the facts, what's truth. Different. We do research for reasons. Studies show, and we see all that for a reason, and we're grateful for that. And there's certain projects. Good night. They've been trying to cure certain diseases, and they've been researching this for years. But there's studies and stuff that goes beyond there. So I'm super grateful for research. Research is necessary, but the catch in the process of me stating those things, you see that they're evolving with that. Even though that they're researching, they're still going, okay, we tried this didn't work, and we're continuously going. Don't allow your research to stunt your growth. If you're researching something, research it and you're growing, but start writing out what you're doing. And in the process of doing that, work while you're researching. Just don't. So if you're continuously researching, continuously write. If you're continuously researching, continuously make sure that you're putting your plan together for your business. If you're researching, continuously find out, am I supposed to go to some place? Where do I go to file for my LLC? You got to research that. Continuously always research, but make moves while you're doing it. Just don't get stuck in that process of it. And that's what stagnates us and stagnates our growth for that. Just don't allow that to get you stuck. So research is cool, but just don't let it stagnate you.
Yeah. Don't let it stagnate you. Don't use it as an excuse, as a crutch. Sometimes people use it as a crutch, as an excuse to not move into their greatness. Okay? Because they have it in their mind, nobody wants this. Nobody want to hear what I've written. Now, Gertrude and Tiffany, y'all tell me I should write my book. Y'all tell me I should write my book. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write my book. But then I'm going to get stuck in the research. I'm going to get stuck there. It's all about that mindset. You have to do better, y'all. You have to do better, and you can do better. Okay, you can do better. There's greatness on the inside of you. There's greatness. You have to see yourself as greatness. You have to believe in yourself. No one's going to believe in you like you could believe in yourself. That's the first thing. Okay? Because your message is very, very important. Your message is vital. Your message is vital. People need to hear what's on your heart, because you might not think that what you have is important, but there's a certain people, okay, And when I said certain people, I'm not talking about no race, no nothing like that. Okay, I'm not talking about that. But there's a certain amount of people that we are destined to connect with. Okay, we are destined to connect with, and if we're not connecting with those people, giving them the solutions that's already in our hearts, those people will not be able to move on. You know, it's more than about us. We have to get out of that selfish mindset thinking it's all about us. It's not about us at all. It's all about helping our brothers or our sisters. We are our brother's keeper. Okay? We are our brother's keepers. So, in order for your audience to move on, they're waiting for your message. They're waiting for your message. Now, here's another one, Tiffany, is, don't use that as an excuse. Here's another one. Spending hours editing. How many people spend hours editing? Number one, I'm not talking about, the editor, because you need to hire an editor. You're not proficient there. You're not proficient there. Even if you're writing a book and you are an editor, it's always good to hire somebody else who's an editor, because you're too close to the project and you won't be able to see it. You won't be able to see it.
Ain't that what they tell the officers? They tell officers that they can't work on certain cases because that was their friend, that was their partner. You too close, it's too emotional. Get on the outside so you can see a different perspective.
Oh yeah, because you'll miss it. You will miss it. And that's just human nature. But people that spend hours on editing, they writing, okay? They writing, Tiffany. They're writing. Oh, now they're tearing up that piece of paper, okay? Then they're writing again. Now they're tearing up that piece of paper, okay? And that comes from, not having your thoughts organized. And we talked about that on a previous broadcast. Not having those thoughts organized. I think that was last week or whatever. We talked about that. And they spent hours editing. What month was it? Was it August? I think it was August of last year. I gave an assignment to some people. Oh, they could write. This is February, right? I gave them what to write about. I gave it to them. All they had to do is complete one chapter. I haven't gotten some of them back because of that. Why? Because writing, oh, this is not good enough. Overthinking. Writing, it's not good enough because they did not follow the blueprint. Okay? They did not follow the blueprint. There's a blueprint for everything. Anything that you build, there's a blueprint. You're building your book. You're building your message. There's a blueprint. And sometimes people say, well, I could do this, I could do that. But that was one chapter. Think if I asked for a whole book. Well, I'm going to get it in 5 years, 10 years.
You may not get it at all if that's the case. Because if you're still waiting, maybe we need to follow through on there and see, hey, are you still interested? Is this what you're supposed to be doing? What's stopping you? What's stagnating your growth? What is happening? And sometimes we still need someone to coddle us and hold our hand and tell us that, hey, this is what I need to do. But as far as spending time, spending hours and moments editing, it can be a stretch, but editing definitely is something that is needed. We definitely have to edit some. And I'm going to even go a step further and say sometimes we need to do some edits on our life. There's some editing that we have to do, not only in books, but there's some things that we need to edit for our actual life. It's just sometimes we'll write stories and we'll get to writing stuff and we'll write, and like you said, we'll ball it up and say that this isn't it, and I don't want to do this, and this isn't going to work here. And then you'll see a paragraph that you have here, and then you realize, man, that's a power statement. So I don't want that power statement to be here. That's too far in there. I need to open with this. And you know what? And then no, I'm gonna pull that out. But that happens in life too. And sometimes we need to do that with our lives, is we got to edit some things and some people that's around us.
Oh
Sometimes
yeah.
you got to realize that whatever you're constructing in this project that I'm working on, or in this particular season in my life, you're not going to make the final cut. Once you do your editing, and once you do your book, and once you write what you're going to write, once that's on there, that's the final presentation. But there's a lot of things that was in that final presentation that didn't make it in there. Thing with life. There's a lot of people that's going to be in your life that's not going to be able to make the final presentation. Sure, you wanted them to become a part of your business. Sure, you wanted them to become a
Of
part of your
course.
ministry. Sure, you wanted them to even help you buy your house or go shopping with you so you could furnish the house or get your new office. Or there's a lot of things that you want people to be a part of, but they just won't be able to make the final presentation. They won't make the final cut. They won't make the final edition. So that works in life. Even though we're spending
Oh
hours
yes.
editing, we don't want to spend so many hours that we're pulling things apart, but you do want to go ahead and make sure that you put what's in there that needs to be in there, put the meat of it in there. But like you said, find another editor. But even in the end, sometimes you got to take an evaluation on your life and make some edits in your actual life, because maybe whoever's around you is causing you to become to the point where I'm not able to even write. I'm not able to put in what I need to put in because I have some people around me that's distracting me, and I can't write. I don't know what's the first, what's the middle, and what's the ending, because I got some things that's around me that's causing me not to be able to do what I should be doing. So that's part of editing. Maybe you need to spend some hours editing what's around you so that you can get to your ideal goal, so that you can go ahead and get what you need to accomplish. I need to fix this. This needs to be repaired. This needs to go here. Find out what you need to actually make an edit to. Make the edit and move forward. Don't just keep making changes, making changes. Make the change and move forward. I can't express that enough. Sometimes we get stagnated and we don't want to continuously grow. We get stuck in our research, stuck editing. In the process, do your research, move forward. Do your editing, move forward. Don't stop. We got to continuously make that progressive momentum so that we don't stop. Okay, you have the microphone.
And that is so true. That is so true. Making those excuses, hanging in there with those excuses. Not, how would say, not a direct excuse, but it's an indirect excuse. Okay, indirect, because now I'm in a safe place. Okay, now I found a comfort zone. And we talked about that even earlier about, you were saying editing outside, the outside. Okay, how about editing the inside also? Stuck in those things, the mind, the thinking, those things, getting rid of those things. And like we say, we want you artists to maximize your potential, and you have to dismiss fear. Use fear as a stepping stone. If you're afraid of success, more people are afraid of success than failure. Okay, more people are afraid of success than failure, because they will sabotage themselves. When success comes, because they can't handle it, they'll sabotage it. There's a thing of fear of failure, but fear of success is very prevalent. It's very, very prevalent. And these are some of the things that will hinder. And these are some of the things that we're going to address when we're talking about this workshop. We're going to be talking about some of those things where people unknowingly sabotage their own success by, like we're talking about, continuously researching after you have researched. Okay, continuously spending hours editing a book, doing all of those things that, or undoing things that you have already done. Okay, a lot of undoing. Those things. What is more important? You have to, you know, put things on a scale as to what is more important. What should be included? What should not be included? You know, set a time frame on your mind. Set goals for yourself. Prioritize yourself. What's more important to you? How can you flow throughout the day? Let me ask you this. Do you set goals each and every day? Or do you just live your life, whatever may be, will be? You know, however it comes, it comes. We talked about, framing your day, how you get up and you frame your day. Don't say, well, I didn't know this was going to happen. Okay? Prepare yourself. Frame your day. You don't have to accept everything that comes into your life. If there's a blind side, you don't have to accept that. You should know how to handle each and every day. And I might be talking over some of y'all heads, so I'm not going to even go into that, okay? Because that's a whole different program. That's a whole different program, okay? But that moves us into the next one, Tiffany. We're going to look at this one. Look at this. Here's another one. Common difficulties that authors come across. Family time. And then you wonder why your family's not supporting you. Because you don't spend time with them. Okay? You do not spend time with them. I'm going to tell you, as busy as I am, because I prioritize my life, I set schedules for myself. I have a wall calendar. I have a desk calendar. I have my phone calendar. I don't believe in wasting my time, like I don't waste your time. This is the only time I'm not multitasking, because I want to give you my full attention. If I'm listening to a live stream, you better believe me, I'm multitasking. I might be doing listening to something. I might be writing over here, and I might be over here on this monitor, on this computer. But I'm multitasking. You have to set priorities in your life. You have to schedule your life. And I'm going to tell you, okay? My day, like I say, starts at 4 a.m. Sometimes I'm up to 9:30. But there's never a time that my family don't have a hot meal. I cook every day. And you might say, and I'm talking about cooking, okay? I'm not talking about this microwave stuff. Remember, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. If you know anything about women in New Orleans, you know we cook. Okay? Cook a hot meal every night. And we sit down and we eat dinner together. Your family time is very, very important, especially when you have children. You see, my children are grown, but I did it when I had my children when they were small. And when you have kids, and I have boys, there was always football. There was always basketball. There was always band. There was always something. But you organize your life. You prioritize things. You make sure that those who matter in your life, they matter to you. You don't push them aside. You do not do things for them. You have to have peace in your home. Okay? Your home is a place of peace. This is your resting place. This is where it all starts, from home. So that's why sometimes authors have difficulty writing, because they don't have any peace at home. They don't have any peace at home. But every night. And you might say, how you do it? I have crock pots. I have air fryers. I have everything,
right,
to prepare it, where it don't take me that much time, because I
no
figured out
excuse.
what I need to do.
No excuse.
You have to figure out what you need to do to schedule your life.
Yeah.
But multitask. Do what you got to do. and
Mhm.
cut out some of these things that's unnecessary. Cut it out, you know?
It's very crucial for you to make sure that you have time for family.
Yeah.
There's 24 hours in a day, and there are 7 days in a week. Planning is definitely necessary.
Mhm.
And when you are doing whatever you're doing, it is very imperative that
Mhm.
you give 100% attention to that
Yeah.
individual that you are with or that individuals that you're with, because we can definitely feel when you're not there.
Oh, yes.
um, and it's not fair to whoever it is that you're spending the time with for you not to be there 100%, especially if like you're a working mom, you're a working dad, you're out there at work, you've given them your 100%, and then I just get the half you. It's kind of not fair. Give your 100% to whoever it is that you're with when we're spending family time together. It's very imperative. It's going to be beneficial to you too. So
Mhm.
like in the process of their out, for me at one point in time I had with my kids, when we would sit down to eat, don't put your phones to the table. We're
Mm-mm.
not doing this. This is our family time that we're spending together. We're not having phones
Yes.
here at the table at all. So this is going to be our time that we're interacting with each other. I want 100, and I'm selfish extremely. I want 100% of your time. I want 100% of your attention. I don't want nothing else distracting you, because that's where we get our little memories and we get our quirky little stuff, and we come up with all these crazy little songs. My oldest son, he's a music producer. My baby boy, he's a drummer, and my daughter, she's a singer. So we just come up with all these different little things that we end up doing. And but if we were on our phones, there's absolutely no way. And I'll tell Marjay, that's my daughter, I'll tell Marjay, you take the high note. I can't. I got the bottom note here. I'll take the bottom, and then we're gonna do kind of harmony together.
Yes.
My son over there, he's making beats, and then my oldest son, he's over there, he plays the keyboards too. So he's sitting here and we're just having a little fun. He's doing a little air. He don't have his keyboard there because we're spending time at the table, but he's just air, and it's just fun, and it's just memories that we're creating. But we are
Yes.
100% there. I'm
Yes.
invested in you 100%. And even when we're there, I can tell, or one of the kids can tell, something's not off, something's right, something's not right, something's off. Who bothered you when you were on your phone? Because when you got on your phone, you were in your feelings and your face changed. Thankfully we were up
Oh.
here, we're playing and we're doing whatever we're
Mhm.
doing, and we were able to shift you out of that mood. But even then,
Mhm.
maybe we're not going to sing, maybe we're not going to dance, and we're not going to be silly. What's going on in your phone? What's going on in your life? I need to know. Tell me what's happening here. So then that opens up conversation, that opens up
Mhm.
dialogue, and that creates a
Yes.
synergy. Good morning, Mr. Tillman. That creates a synergy. That creates something within us, and that's just some
Good
attention that
morning, Jonathan.
you just really
Yes.
appreciate. You definitely appreciate that, and it's just something that you need to do. It's imperative that when we're
Yes.
spending time, and that's just with friends too. Like,
That's right.
hey, when you're with whoever, coworkers, when you're working, whatever it is, give
Mhm.
that 100% attention, because the minute that I give it 100% attention, just like we talked in editing at one point in time, I'm
Mhm.
not an expert when it comes to making flyers and stuff. Can I make them? Sure. I'm not an expert in that, but when I give it my 100% attention, I can go ahead and get it done. Bingo, bango, boom, it's over and done with. But if I'm sitting here doing this and I'm trying to do the show, and then I'm sitting here trying to do this over here, and I'm talking to you over there, that's a 3-hour project that would only take me 30 minutes to do. I didn't
Exactly.
give it my 100% attention. I want to do, and what I always say is do the one touch rule. I want to touch it
Mhm.
once and that's it. Let me
That's
put
it.
my hands on it. I'm going to get it done and it's over with. I don't want to put it
Mhm.
here and then I'm doing that. And then, no, just get it over and done with. Let's work it all the way out until I get whatever I need to do. You can wait. But I also like to prioritize my day, and I have notes as to this needs to get done. I need to clean
That's
the
right.
kitchen. I need to go grocery shopping. I need to get some gas. I need to get a tire for my vehicle. Okay, I
Girl,
need to
that
do
part.
laundry. But then I also know what, and after I said all that, I'm looking at my list. What is a priority? What has to go first? What do I need to do
Mhm.
first? And I also need to get my business in there. I need to make sure I go do networking. But what is at the top of that list that
Mhm.
I need to do? Because whatever it is I'm doing, again, I got to give it my 100% attention, because
100%.
that matters. And the minute that I give it my all in that moment, the next person or the next thing, it's not going to get half-tailed. It's going to be able,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be able to give it 100%. Or either, that's just something that actually has to be done tomorrow, because I don't have the resources for it today, or I didn't get a chance to get to it, because I give myself specific hours. This all has to get done in this particular time frame. 24
Okay.
hours a day, I'm giving myself maybe 8 to 10 hours to work on business stuff. Then the next, hey, this is family time, this is friend time, this is me
Yes.
time. But prioritizing my day, knowing what
Oh,
goes
yes.
where, how it goes, that matters. And
It
that's going to
matters.
actually help to alleviate some of this mental stress that we have, and some of this other stuff that we go through, this anxiety. It's
Yes.
going to help because you've planned it out. You know what has to do. You know where it goes. You know what's needed. But again, give it 100%.
Yes.
Winning requires, it does. How are you going
Mm-hmm.
to win if you ain't giving it your all? If I'm running a race,
That's
it's
right.
not just my feet that move. It's
That's
my
certainly true.
entire body that got to go through the whole race, that got to run all them yards.
That's
it,
right.
it requires all of me. I can't give just a portion of it. It's mandatory, absolutely, that everything goes. When I'm crossing over that
That's
line,
right.
it's all of me that's there. So if all of me is in the race, if all of me is crossing over the line, why won't I give you all of me? I do it. Okay, I almost went church on you. Nevertheless, it's your turn. Have the microphone. I quit.
Yes, you have to give all of you. You have to give all of you and be unapologetic about it. Okay? Giving your all, giving your uniqueness, giving all of that to your audience. Okay? Making sure winning is not what did she say? Winning is not an option. I don't know what that means.
Winning
Okay.
is not an option.
It,
Listen,
it, it
it's
should be
mandatory.
always, right? Winning is not an
Absolutely.
option. It should be always,
Absolutely.
okay?
That is
It's
just
not an
period.
option. Yeah.
It's not.
Well, you can't even think about that, okay? Because
Mhm.
you should always think that you're a winner, right?
Absolutely. Hence
Always
why she
think that
says
you're a
that.
winner. But you always, when you step up to the plate, you always see yourself winning. Okay? You always see yourself winning. You know, that's how you maximize your potential. That's how you maximize your potential. Okay. When we're talking about this authors, when we're talking about these common things that, causes difficulties, when we're talking about these things, this is for you to get yourself in order. Okay. Get yourself not only in physical order, but also mentally order, emotional order. And these are some of the things that we're going to be talking about on this workshop that's coming up February the 16th. And we're going to be talking about positioning yourself, positioning your book, positioning your mind to reach your highest potential. And as an author, you have to learn in this season to give your all. Okay? No more excuses. No more excuses. No more hiding behind researching. No more hiding behind, balling that piece of paper up because you can't decide on what to write on, what to write about. No more of that. I talked about how to eliminate these things that are boggling your mind, that has you stretched. Okay? Stretched not for your good, but being stretched with things that you shouldn't even be doing. You take that big sheet of paper and you draw a circle in the middle. Inside, you place all of your goals that you want to complete this year. We're not talking about next year. We're talking about this year. Okay? Bring it to the present. Bringing yourself into an order where you're thinking about now. What do I have to do now in order to reach this goal? Around the perimeter of that circle, you write everything that you're involved in or everything that you're doing. And you take a look at it. And if that around that circle is not leading you to or complementing that goal, it's time to get rid of it. You got two choices. Either you delegate it to somebody else or you eliminate it out of your life. Nevertheless, you're going to eliminate it because it's something that maybe it's outdated. Maybe, it's something that you shouldn't be doing, but you took on that responsibility out of guilt or because somebody said you should be doing it. It's time to step up to the plate and be unapologetically you. Be unapologetic about who you are. Run your race. You're on your own time clock. Run your race. It's time out for being everything that somebody thought you should be. Trying to please this one, trying to please that one. Be yourself. You take that message that's inside of you and you get that message out there to your ideal audience. What is that best message for that ideal audience that's burning on the inside of you that you should have written a long time ago? But because of other things, because you hadn't prioritized your goals, your situations, you allow those things to slip by. Well, this is the year. This is your time. This is your time to get your message out there. And it doesn't take 6 months. Let me tell you, it doesn't take 3 months. You could write a book in a month. And I could break it even down further. You could write it in a week. If you knew the right way. If you just would listen and follow the blueprint and stop wasting time trying to figure out certain things, you could get your message out there and generate that revenue that you desire. Authors have to come out of the box. They got to come out of these limitations that they have set for their minds, that they can't do it, that it can't be done in less than 30 days. If you concentrated on something and if you focus on something, you could get it done. You could get it done.
Absolutely, you can.
Absolutely.
Whatever you put your mind to, you definitely can do it. Absolutely. There's nothing that you can't achieve, especially once you put your mind to it. The minute that's the last thing you need me to do is to have a made up mind.
Have a made up mind.
My mind is made up. Oh, it's over and done with. You might want to catch me when I'm still thinking about it. When the kids say, "Hey, mom, can I maybe?" If I'm still in that maybe mindset, because maybe you will, maybe you won't. If I'm still in that maybe mindset, you might still have the ability to persuade. And the baby boy knows that. I promise you, that little 19-year-old, he knows that. He knows the power of his words, though. And he understands how to put his words together with a little bit of tone to go into it. And he knows that boy.
Oh, he plays you, right?
Oh, he knows how it, but the crazy thing about it is he's like that with anyone. He knows his gift. The boy is gifted. And I appreciate him knowing how, to be able to talk to the people. He knows how to get to you. And so it's just like, so if he knows that I'm in that maybe stage, it's just like, okay, well, mom, so, I want to go to college. And the thing that's required here is, I've been thinking, you told me about it, HBC, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? Well, come on. So if you're talking like that, then, and all he wants me to do is go to the mall to go get him a pair of shorts. But now he's wanting to go and say, I want to go to college and this HBCU, this is something. Remember you were telling me about Howard and, so you think, come on, son, let's go. All right, fine. Let me go ahead and put on my shoes. Go fine. Well, but I mean, I'm being extra, but that's really how he is. He knows how to get in there and he knows how to talk to you to go ahead and persuade you to do what's needed. I'm saying that is once you have your made up mind that you're going to do something, you're going to do whatever it is. He has a made up mind. I'm going to persuade mom to take me to this outlet. I'm going to get these shorts. I'm going to do it. So whatever it takes, if that means I got to get in here and go, Winston, them dishes aren't done yet. Oh, yes, they are, mom. All you got to do is look in there. You hear it? The dishwasher is running. You did the dish. Wait a minute. Hold on. So it's just like every excuse that I probably would have given him, he's already eliminated because he's already processed it. And he already knows this is what she's probably going to say. And this is what's going to go. I got a made up mind. This is what's going to do. All right. Well, you done
made up mind. Yeah.
It is what it is. The minute you have a made up mind, everything
It
starts
is.
here. So the minute
But
that
what
you
we said about that.
it's over.
Yeah, but what we said about that. What did we say about that made up mind? What did we say? And I want you to remember this, as we're in our final hours, our final minutes. A made up mind. Before you get in the presence of others, okay, when you wake up in the morning, get in the presence of God, okay? Get in the presence of God, and you just unload all of that stuff that comes in your mind if you haven't unloaded it the night before you went to bed. And then you get in that mirror and you talk to yourself. You frame your day. You talk to yourself to persuade your mind to frame your day, okay? To see the greatness inside of you. And you stay there until something changes. Because sometimes you have to stay in that mirror for a moment, okay? Because you got to get your body together. You got to get your mind together. You got to get in your right mind, okay? To say that I'm a winner. I will not be defeated. I will get this done today. I will prioritize my day. I will not waste my time, nor will I waste somebody else's time. Because you could get other things back, but you can never get time back. You can never,
time is non-refundable.
Non-refundable. Non-refundable. And we have to make the best of our time that we have. We have to maximize our potential. I don't know how many times I have to say that, but maximize your potential. It's late in the day. We got to work while it's still light because the night coming, okay? There's things that's coming. We need to get our message out there to our audience. What he said, say it one more time. Be with God first thing in the morning to get.
Let me tell you something. This guy is cutting up.
But Mr. It's true. Tillman, it's
Dr.
true.
Tillman, let me tell you,
it's are true. Because without God, it cannot be possible. That's right.
It's
and no matter what people say, huh?
But it's this line right here. This right here can't beat me.
Can't beat me while I'm being me. That's right. When you want to win, you must be the real you. Oh yes, Mr. Tillman, that is so right. You got to be unapologetically you. You can't be a copycat of nobody. You have to be you. And so many people, they trying to be this one, they trying to be that one. They trying to take on somebody else's armor. They trying to take on somebody else's the way they're doing things. Because this person say they should be doing this. So they're going to stop what they could do, what fits them, and they're going to do what somebody else do because somebody else say this is the way it should be done. And no, you have to do it the way it fits you. Prioritize your day, okay? Stop causing difficulties in your life because you're trying to follow somebody else's blueprint. What is in your mind that day to do, to flow, to get your work done that you need to get done? Because you know what? Our lives have been purposed, Tiffany. And we have a certain assignment to do. Each and every one of us are unique. Okay? We cannot pattern our lives behind somebody else. We got to do what we are called to do. Now, we love them. We're not coming against anybody. We love people. We glean from one another. But you have to do you. Each person has to do themselves. We on our own, we running our own race on our own times, on our own time clock. We all running, but one receives the prize, right? So you got to run well. You got to run well.
You better endure.
And you got to drop those weights, right? You got to drop
Absolutely.
those dead weights, those
Mhm.
things that are pulling on you, those things that make you feel guilty, those things that want to hold on to you and latch on to you. And we talked about it yesterday. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. When we talked about, things that are outdated, go back if y'all didn't get that yesterday. Go back and listen to that broadcast from yesterday. Okay, go back. A lot of people are being hindered because they're trying to follow what somebody else is saying
Mercy. Mercy.
instead of listening to your heart, to what's inside of you. And I want to say that that still soft voice. You got to listen, y'all. You got to listen. Don't go against that still soft voice. Don't. Because that's how you're missing to maximize your potential. Now, what you got to say about that, Tiffany, as we wrap up? What
I
you
was
got to
going to
say
say
about that?
the only thing I was going to say is it's all hearts and minds clear. You ain't getting me to do that. It's wrap up time. No church. I ain't saying nothing. Nope.
Oh boy.
Nope. I told you I get.
Tiffany, I appreciate you. Tiffany, I love you. Tiffany, I do. Yes. I'm
Love you.
grateful to you, Tiffany.
I love
But
you.
yes, we thank y'all for taking time out of your busy schedule. And we like to have fun. We like to teach y'all, but we like to have fun. Just showing you, hey, we human too, okay? We're human too. And we're not the big eyes and the little U's, it's none of that. We're human too. The same way we act online is the same way we'll act if we see you in person,
What
okay?
you see is what you get.
That's it. That's it. So until the next time,
But I might twerk though. Hold on. I take that back. I might twerk a little bit. Okay, I'm sorry. I quit.
oh, you're going to be good today, right? You're going to
No.
be good. All right. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. And Tiffany, she's special. She's extra. Yes, she is. But we love her. We love her. She is a godsend. She is a godsend. I thank God for her. But remember this. This is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.
Grace and peace, everyone. Grace and peace.
You know what?